What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sorta Truth, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sorta Truth series by Terry Goodkind, with a sleeping box full of craft beer on the side. I don't know if you guys know, but that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a little bit. But you know what? I feel like tonight is an appropriate night for that amount of craft brew because it's Saint Drinking Day.
Saint Drinking Day. Cheers, Jade.
I mean, St. Patty's Day.
I have a newfound vigor and excitement for St. Patty's Day because I found out that I'm actually part Irish.
Yeah, we're just feeding into our heritage right now. I'm Jade.
I'm Nate.
And we're getting into Chapter 33 of Wizard's First Rule.
That's right. In this chapter, Father Darkin, he crashes the fucking party early. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
And he enlightens everyone to the fact that the box is a fake. What did you think about this chapter, Jade?
I thought that Rahl's a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I feel like maybe it was shorter than I thought it was going to be, just because everything happened faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is kind of a climax of an arc.
Yeah.
In Rachel's story. So I think that's why it was quick, because this was the moment of the most fucking stress. Because, I mean, is she going to get out? Is she not?
Yeah, and you get mad at her a couple times.
Right. Yeah.
So let's find out why.
So the chapter starts during dinner, but Rachel, she's distracted because she's not really thinking about watching Princess Violet eat. She's thinking about how she's going to get the box and get the fuck out of the castle.
Yeah, because she's got to have Violet, like, kick her out again, which I feel like I would just call her a name or something.
Right.
She's kind of a vain little girl. I would just be like, hey, you're a dick. That worked last time.
Right. So this isn't like a special dinner. This is just dinner.
Right.
Really. It's not like a big feast or nothing's going on. As it happens, Father Rahl shows up.
Yeah, during the Drink of Enlightenment.
Yeah, during the Drink of Enlightenment. And I thought it was funny that he didn't drink any of it, because if he had, it would have tasted funny. Or is this a new batch?
I feel like they only sent enough ingredients for the one batch. So they had to have gotten like a new batch of ingredients.
Okay, so this is another one then.
But again, I don't know how Queen Melina would have been like, oh, this is a weak shit again. You need to fix it.
Yeah, well, at this point, you have to take it to the max, right?
Yeah, every time. You gotta just roll the dice that Rahl isn't gonna try it. And luckily, he doesn't.
I had a question about this. Is this like mind control serum? Because it's special. There's magical shit that you can't get in it, right? The Drink of Enlightenment. I'm sure that somebody like Darkin Rahl isn't sending this to somebody like a placebo. I'm sure it actually does something, and they fucked it up last time. And so maybe some people weren't enlightened.
Maybe. I do feel like it can't be anything too crazy powerful, because I don't feel like Rahl would give power like that to people. Like, for any, because he's not there. It's not benefiting him in any way. This is just supposed truth serum. I think maybe it's not quite a placebo, but maybe it's just like getting you like fake high, and you're just
Fake
like,
high.
yeah, I can see the truth, and everyone just agrees with her.
I mean, yeah, well, they're going to agree with her anyways, because if they don't, they'll fucking die.
Yeah.
But I figured this stuff was kind of like a mind control. They drink it, it makes them pliable. So they're less likely to be like, hey, wait, this guy is actually an evil dictator? Maybe we shouldn't do what he says.
Yeah, like, they're more willing to listen to whatever Queen Melina say. But, I mean, that's a slippery slope, because the last time they let the fool, quote-unquote, speak for a while. And if you're super pliable, you could be plied either way. Two-ply.
That's half ply, bud. I feel like this ply joke's gone far enough. So naturally, Queen Melina is like, oh, fuck, you're here. She's not ready, which I'm sure this would have been like a super important day for her. We got Father Rahl coming. I want everything clean. I mean, fucking, you be there with bells on. This is an important fucking day. And he shows up halfway through like a Tuesday night dinner.
Well, I think, I think it's even worse than that. I think they were in the middle of, well, maybe not Queen Melina, okay? But everybody else in the castle that you don't see is scrambling because they know he's coming the next day, which is sooner than they thought. So everybody behind the scenes is already scrambling for an early arrival.
Oh,
and he shows up even
sees them
earlier.
All scrambling to get ready for him. So he knows this is not how they are normally. They're trying to put on a face for him.
Yeah, like he wanted to catch them off guard, obviously.
Oh,
and I mean,
fuck.
Queen Melina obviously didn't have to do anything but like save face, but
he is so much worse than I was giving him credit for. It's like, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them I'm going to show up early. So if they had any major plans, those are fucked. And then I'm going to show up even sooner than I told them. I'm just going to show up at the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's a dick.
Yeah. It's like when somebody shows up early for a party that you're trying to get ready for, and then even like they warn you, I'm going to come early and help, and then they come even earlier than they told you they were going to come to help, and you're like, no, I don't want that much of your help.
Yeah.
I have so much to do. Can you just stay the fuck out of my kitchen for 5 minutes?
Super glad you're here. Can you just not talk to me for the next 45 minutes when you were supposed to show up?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I planned down to the last minute. If don't come early. I don't like it. Melina does try to get him to eat food, and he tells her he doesn't approve of butchering innocent animals, which is like super duper ironic after, Carl.
Yeah. Let us not forget. Carl. Oh, we shouldn't be laughing. That's awful.
Well, I mean, you have to laugh, or
what's funny is he's so full of shit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, but that was for a reason. Nate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, poor Rahl.
It was a ritual. Okay.
So they send her assistants off to go get the papers that Rahl needs to sign and she needs to sign. And that makes it an alliance official. And they send Giller off to go get the box. So when these guys are there with Queen Melina and Father Rahl, he signs the paper saying that he's not going to use a wax seal. He'll recognize his own signature.
Yeah,
and
super reassuring.
Queen Melina uses her official wax seal, so she knows it was something she did. And then these guys are fumbling around afterwards, trying to figure out the order of the papers. And wouldn't that be the worst guy to do that in front of? I can picture him sitting there, graciously patient, but with the look on his face like, oh, in 5 seconds you die. If you don't have it done, 4, 3, 2, good. Now get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about any of this at all. So I don't know. I would just scoop him up and be like, "Yep, we're good. We're great."
Doesn't matter at all to him,
Bye.
And yet he's forced to sit there while they go over it because this is probably the most important thing they've ever done. And by contrast, he's just bored out of his skull.
Well, yeah, both of them are kind of kill happy. So
yeah.
Giller returns and presents the fake box to Rahl, and Darkin smiles weirdly at it and then hands it over to his guard, who smashes it into a million pieces. And it's not super duper clear at which point he realized that the box was fake, or at which point he indicated that his guard was supposed to smash it. Because I don't know if I was gestured by my boss and then handed a super important thing, I don't think the first thought in my head would be, he wants me to smash it. Yep. I'm
better squeeze it as hard as I can. Right, and you wouldn't want to fuck that up for a guy like Rahl either. What are you doing?
That was not what I wanted.
We've been searching for this box for how long? You smash it? God damn it.
I wanted you to put it in your pocket, bud.
Yeah, hold it for me. like a servant does.
I thought you wanted to look at it. It's pretty cool.
This is definitely going on your record.
Just fucking smash it.
This will come up in your review.
Jeez.
No, it must have been a conversation beforehand, right? Like, hey, when I hand you the box, I want you to, like, test its durability.
Oh, you think he was like, this bitch might try to fake me out, so you're going to squeeze it like a fruit and see if it's good or not.
Yeah, well, I think. Or, well, because there's two trains of thought here. Either that, squeeze it. If it breaks, I know it's bullshit, because the real one, it's like magically protected, not going to break. Or two, the second he had it in his hands, he knew it was a fake. Or maybe he can just tell from 30 feet away. I don't know. But then he's like, oh, this is bullshit, and hands it to his guy who smashes it.
Maybe he said something like, I would never hand you the box. So if I hand you the box, you know it's bullshit.
Yeah,
and you know
right.
What to do.
Look at here.
Okay.
You are dumb. I would not trust this to you. So if I give it to you, just do whatever, because it's not the thing.
Make
just
it
so
funny.
You know how much of a dog you are.
Well, Melina is obviously like, what the fuck are you doing? And we just like signed a whole bunch of papers for that.
Not anticipating that.
And Darkin fills her in, and Giller's like, oh, no, it's always been a fake. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is the same box that we put away when we got it.
Yeah.
So it was a fake from the first, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Rahl, at this point, decides that him and the wizard need to have a little bit of one-on-one time, and not like in a fun way. I don't think they're gonna go have.
They're just gonna have a little talk, just a little chat. It'll be fine.
A 1v1 basketball, maybe, in the backyard.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Giller doesn't seem to be very thrilled about it, because he's like telepathically telling Rachel to run. So Sarah's mouth moves, right, when she talks?
I don't know. I don't think it said specifically. I pictured no.
So you think that he's been doing this like telepathic talk to her the whole time?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't say. It might very well move. But the way I pictured it is this is kind of, well, like a rag doll. And so its features might be sewed on, and maybe crudely even, but it's just like that. And she'll probably hear the voice in her head, but I don't think the mouth moves per se.
And she's also kind of an emotionally disturbed young girl, so.
Yeah. So okay. she's already a believer. You know what I mean?
She's not exactly a reliable witness at this point.
Right.
Okay. But Giller tells her to run in her brain, or at least she thinks he does. And at this point, she finally takes the opportunity to run. I feel like I might have tried a little bit earlier, because everybody unimportant was, like, sent out. So I might have started to, like, creep towards the door a little bit and been like, they don't really care, right?
Well, now they don't for sure, because they're distracted by the box. She's got to be the furthest thing from their mind right now.
Yeah. Violet's, like, picking up jewels and everybody else is talking.
I feel like it might have been hard for her to get away with doing it sooner, only because, and this might be totally inaccurate, but I kind of feel like the king and the queen and the princess and whoever who have you, they all sit up front and everybody else faces them. So you got Rachel and you got this other guy who sits behind the queen, and they are at the very front of the room. Mm-hmm. So they're highly visible. They need a distraction like this busted box, and everybody's looking over there for her to be able to take off.
Okay, I guess I could see that. I guess in my head, I was just thinking she could have, like, taken off with everybody else, but she would have had to have maybe more foreknowledge and or just knowledge in general to be like, oh yeah, I could probably take off now and have nobody notice. Or, again, maybe it's just like a matter of doors and seating in the room, how everyone's staring at.